Feeling used and underappreciated is one of the worst feelings for someone who's kind and helping. It's almost like the world isn't seeing the goodness in your heart and the sincerity of your actions. But hey, we see you, and we're here to offer you 10 pieces of advice to tackle this tricky emotion head on. This valuable advice will not only help you navigate your emotional turmoil better, but will tell you what to do to make people appreciate you. So, without further ado, let's begin. Number 1. Observe their behavior keenly. Each person is unique and they have their own special ways of expressing themselves. Just because someone doesn't come out and say thank you doesn't mean they don't value you. Think about it. Does your partner ever hold your hands and tell you how lucky he is to have you? Or do your colleagues insist on paying for dinner when you do something for them? If they do, it can be their way of conveying how much they appreciate you. People often use different ways to show their appreciation, and those ways can be different from ours. So, before jumping to conclusions, observe their behavior keenly. You never know, you might pleasantly realize that they hold you in higher regard than you might think. Number 2. Begin to communicate. When you sense that others aren't appreciating you in any way, it's a good idea to start communicating more openly. Sometimes people might not realize how much you do for them, especially if they can't see the effort it takes. So, when you do something for them, try calmly talking to them about it. Tell them what you did and share a bit about the effort it required, without making it sound too cheesy or dramatic. It helps them understand the value of your actions and the care you put into them. By communicating in this way, you're giving them a chance to see things from your perspective, and then they're more likely to recognize and acknowledge your efforts in the future. Number 3. Do good for yourself. Here's something interesting to think about. Sometimes, even if you explain to someone how much you've done for them, they tend to ignore it. They might just reply with, "Did I ask you to do that?" And it can be pretty hurtful. In that case, one of the smartest things you can do is to focus more on yourself. Help others because it genuinely makes you happy. Work with others because you want to learn and grow. Teach others because it polishes your skills. Instead of seeking recognition from them, find joy in the act of helping yourself. When you do things for yourself and enjoy the good feeling it brings, you're basically taking control of your own happiness. It's like giving yourself a pat on the back and a reminder that you're important too. Number 4. Reevaluate your thoughts. Is there a voice in your head that says, "No one ever does anything for me, but they expect me to do everything for them"? Well, let me tell you, that voice can be misleading. At times, your mind does not really give you the full picture of situations. In fact, thinking like that just makes those feelings of sadness and being alone even stronger. Here's a thought. Take a quick breather and rewind a bit. Think about those times when you were at the receiving end, when people actually did show their kindness and support to you. Remember those instances when someone went out of their way to lend you a hand or did something pretty special for you. Those moments are like little lights shining in the dark, reminding you that there are people out there who truly care about you. It not only makes you feel good, but it can take you out from your blue bubble. Number 5. Appreciate yourself. Another strategy to deal with this feeling of being unappreciated is to change the way you look at things. Instead of solely focusing on whether people express their gratitude verbally or not, consider the impact you're making through your actions. Think about the instances when you've made a positive difference in someone's life. Maybe you brightened their day with a kind word, or perhaps your efforts played a role in the growth and success of your workplace. Or you might have given someone advice that led to their personal growth and improvement. These are all examples of the meaningful contributions you're making. By shifting your attention to the tangible outcomes of your actions, you begin to see the real value of what you're doing. Number 6. Stop being a doormat. People tend to treat you the way you let them treat you. It's like if you allow them to treat you poorly or take advantage of your kindness, some might actually do that. Here's how it works. When you consistently put others' needs and feelings before your own, it can create a dynamic where they come to expect it. They might not even do it on purpose, but if you're always accommodating, they might start to take it for granted. And the tricky part is, the more you let this happen, the more it can chip away at your self-esteem. So, the idea of stopping this doormat behavior is by setting healthy boundaries. It's about making sure that your own needs and feelings are considered too. It's not about being selfish, but rather about respecting yourself. It might feel a bit uncomfortable at first, especially if you've been used to putting everyone else first, but over time, it can lead to healthier and more respectful relationships. Number 7. Admit your hunger for love. At times, you do good because you feel like if you give more, people will like you more. I mean, it's not a bad thing to be kind and generous, but people don't always appreciate your generosity. Understand this: you can't buy affection or love. If people only like you because you do things for them, then that's not a healthy basis for a relationship. If someone's attitude towards you solely hinges on what you do for them, they might not be the kind of person you should invest your time and efforts in. Remember, being generous is wonderful, but it should come from a place of genuine care and respect. It should never be about trying to earn someone's favor through constant giving. So, if that's the case, try and work on your hunger for admiration and love. Number 8. Stay away from selfish freebies. It's important to recognize that not everyone shares the same level of kindness as you do. Yes, there are people out there who are incredibly selfish and self-absorbed. They believe that the world should revolve around their needs and desires. But guess what? You don't have to cater to them. It's crucial to identify this kind of selfish behavior. When you notice someone only taking and never giving back, it's time to reconsider how much of your time and energy you're investing in them. These people might not show gratitude for the things you do for them. They might even come to expect it. And that's not a healthy or balanced way to maintain a relationship. The solution? Start saying no. Begin valuing your time and energy just as much as you value others. By saying no to constantly accommodating their demands and freebies, you're not only setting healthy boundaries, but you're also giving yourself a chance to focus on those who truly appreciate and respect you. Number 9. Help only when they ask you. Jumping in to help without being asked can sometimes lead to people not fully appreciating your efforts. When you consistently offer help without waiting for someone to ask, it might unintentionally create an expectation that you'll help them. They might come to rely on your assistance without recognizing the effort you put in. This can lead to your actions being taken for granted because they perceive it as the norm rather than something special. Instead, consider practicing a balance. Wait for cues that someone genuinely needs assistance or explicitly asks for it. This way, when you do help, it's more likely to be appreciated because it's a clear demonstration of your willingness to support them. Number 10. Show them how it's done. When you come across someone who does not know how to appreciate you, it's worth considering that maybe they were never taught the importance of showing gratitude. Here's another approach to handle this situation. Lead by example. Instead of getting frustrated, try appreciating them when they do something positive for you. By doing so, you're not just responding with kindness, but you're also showing them how it's done. Remember, it's not about expecting immediate change or transforming them overnight. It's about planting a seed of awareness that may grow over time. If you have made it this far, comment down below with the word 100% to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.